What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for being here. In this video I want to go ahead and share with you a profitable mechanical strategy with no bias that you can use for micro scalping, which is basically using ICT concepts but on a smaller time frame like the 30 seconds chart. This strategy will give you 70 to 85% win rate, and I have been back testing it for a while, and I will run with you through a full day of using this strategy and we'll see the result at the end of this video. First, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Lippard for creating this model, but I have slightly modified it and it makes sense because it's only using ICT concept, but on a smaller time frame, and you will see in a second it's only like liquidity sweep on a small time frame and entry off of the fair value gap. So before we get started, please remember, if you like the video, please go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you would like to support me, and let's get started. So starting off with the rules, this strategy works best and performs best with choppy days and no news days, no red folder days. This strategy will work the best. You can trade it from market open at 9:30 New York time to 3 p.m. And the reason for 3 p.m. is that last hour, the liquidity and the volume of the market starts to die off. So you don't want to be stuck in a dead market. That's why it's from market open till 3 p.m. New York time. The how to trade the strategy, it's basically I'm looking for a really good high, an important high or an important low off of the 30 seconds chart. I want to see a sweep, and then I'm entering off of the first fair value gap in the leg that it will create, and I'll put my limit order in for 10 points stop loss and 10 points take profit. And if the price goes 10 points before retesting that fair value gap and getting me in, I'm not interested in it anymore, and it's going to be considered as invalid setup. So let's go ahead and start the day. Starting off, this is 9:30. Trying to look for a sweep, so I have a lot of sell side liquidities down here. We swept it at 9:33, and I'm seeing that bullish fair value gap right here. I don't see a retest of it, so we're not gonna consider it because the price already delivered 10 points, as you can see. Moving on, I see a lot of buy side liquidity here, and with this high, and the price went up, and I see a tiny fair value gap here. No matter how tiny the fair value gap is, that does not matter. It is still in balance and still in the algorithm, how the algorithm sees it. It's still an unfilled gap that the price needs to come back to and retrace and fill that gap in. As you can see, with the 10 point stop loss, 10 point take profit, the price went and retested and then goes to our TP. So this is a one win right here. We're gonna go ahead and continue. I see this high. This is an important high. We sweep it. Let's see if we'll get a bearish fair value gap. We don't. We trade higher. Trade higher. We swept these highs. We trade higher, and we swept it as high as well. So I'm still looking for a bearish fair value gap, which we get one right there. And I'm gonna put my limit order in. With the second candle, it get us in and TP right away. So this is really good. That's another win in a row. That's really good. We're gonna keep on going. So this is an important low. If we sweep it, I'm gonna start looking for a bullish setup. We don't get the sweep, so I'm not looking to do anything. Okay, we moved lower and we swept this low with these lows as well. Let's see if we'll get a bullish fair value gap. We don't yet. Okay, we do have one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark these lows. We got this low, we got this low, and this important low that we swept. We actually made equal lows, and then we came back to sweep it. So this is good. I see this bullish fair value gap. I'm sorry that I stretched or that moved the candles, but this is a valid setup that you're gonna take anyway. And here is the bullish fair value gap. So that's it, and you get the TP right away. Okay, so that's the third winning trade. Okay, I see this get swept. This is a good, you can say this is a good high, and I see a bearish fair value gap right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and enter off of that bearish fair value gap, and we get tagged in. Price was too close to get us out, but okay, so this is a failed setup. That's a losing trade, and that's does not matter, guys. Every strategy got a winning trades and losing trades. That does not matter. At the end of the day, what matter is what is the win rate of that strategy. So I see this high is an important high, that it's inside of a bearish fair value gap, and this high as well, we swept it. I want to see a bearish fair value gap, and I see a bearish fair value gap right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a limit order, short it. Okay, so as you can see, the price already went ahead and delivered 10 points before coming and retracing. So that is not considered to be a valid setup, and you're not gonna get tagged in because we're going in or getting in the trade on the retracement, on the retest of the bearish fair value gap or a bullish fair value gap. The price is starting it swept to this low and starting to go high. Okay, started to go higher. I don't like this low. I am looking specifically for this low to get swept before I'm moving higher. So this is insignificant low for me to look at. This is the better low that I want it to see before moving higher, and we did not get that sweep, so I'm not looking for a bullish setup. Okay, we're starting displacing from nowhere and going down. I don't know where the price wants to go. Okay, and we moved lower to sweep this low. Let's see. Okay, and we swept this low as well, so that's a good thing. That's not bad. Let's see if we're gonna get, and this low as well. All right, so that's even better. All right, and we get a bullish fair value gap here. Let's see if we're gonna get tagged in here. Oh man, the price moved 10 points, already delivered 10 points before the getting us in on the retracement, so we're gonna go ahead and cancel that. That is not a valid setup, so that's why I canceled it, and we're not gonna count it because we're getting in off of the retracement, off of the retest of the setup. So I see here equal highs and a high right here. So let's see. Okay, so we get that sweep, and I see a bearish fair value gap right here. So we're gonna put a limit order in, short it. We get a retest before the 10 points. Looks like a stop loss. Okay, so that is a stop loss. No, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and continue. I see this high got swept, so let's see if we're gonna get a bearish fair value gap. Okay, we don't get a bearish fair value gap off of this leg. We do have one here, but the problem with this one is we did not sweep any other highs. I was hoping that we get a bearish fair value gap in here, but this would not be valid, guys, because it's going to be treated as its own individual setup of sweeping a high and then bearish fair value gap, and I don't see a sweep here. This high did not sweep this high, so that's why I'm not going to consider this. Oh, okay, so it was a losing trade anyway. That's a good thing. This high, I see, we sweep it, and I see a tiny fair value gap. I'm gonna enter off of that, whether it's a win or losing trade. I don't care. All right, it's a winning trade. That's good. I see this is a significant low, and let's see a bearish. Nope, we don't get any bullish setups. All right, I see equal lows right here. Let's see if we'll get a bullish setup. We don't. All right, awesome. What about this low? Okay, so the price is dumping. This is a really important low. And it's really obvious one. Okay, 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 okay. So we're sweeping all the sell side liquidities down there. I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's see a bullish. Okay, bullish setup. Bullish setup. Whoa, let's go. All right, here's the 10 points. Awesome. A lot of LR, low resistance liquidity run. Let's see. Um, I'm not interested in any short until we reach this liquidity pool up here and sweep it, because that's basically a market maker buy model now. You have to use your own discretion sometimes with any strategies you're using. Oh, all right. So we get a sweep off of this liquidity pool, and I promise you guys, this is not cherry picking. I did not backtest this day. I'm just backtesting it with you right now. And you don't have to trust me. Go ahead and backtest your own data. I'm not telling you to trust me or anything. Maybe this setup will end up to be a fail. I don't know. Okay, so I see here that this already, the third candle of the FEG already delivered 10 points. So this makes this setup invalid. So I'm not going to take this trade just because the third candle or the price went ahead and delivered 10 points before retracing to the fair value gap entry. So that's why I'm not going to consider that, and I'm not going to take it whether it's a win or loss. So we went ahead and we swept these lows. Fair value gap here, bullish, and the price looks like it already delivered 10 points, so it's not valid. This is a sweep. I want to see a bearish fair value gap. This is not a bearish fair value gap. I don't think so. All right, so the high of this guy is 18 even. The low of this candle is 22. No, it is 18 even as well. So this is not a bearish fair value gap. Not going to consider it. All right. All right. So I want to see this low being swept before I look for a bullish setup. Okay, we sweep this low, but we don't sweep this low. I actually won't mind taking this setup even if it's a loss. I don't care. But this candle, we retracted all the way up there after sweeping this low, so it makes it a really good candle. And with this gap, I think this is a good setup. So let me go ahead and put the limit order as a long, and I'll take it even if it's a loss or win. Okay, so it looks like it's a win. So that's a good thing. I'll take it. So a lot of liquidity high up here, buy side liquidity. I see this high is an important high. Okay, we even swept this high, so that's even better. Did we sweep? Is that the all-time high of this day? Okay. All right, I see. Is that a gap? Let me see. Yep, that is a gap indeed, right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a limit order for a short. Let's see a retracement to before going to that 10 points. So we get tagged in, and it looks like it's a stop loss. Yep, it's a stop loss. No, that's fine. All right, we sweep this high. We swept this high. I see another bearish fair value gap here. We're gonna take that. 10 points take profit, 10 points stop loss. Let's see if we'll get TP on this or not. And we get TP. All right, so just remember, guys, this is now about 2:30, and my cutoff time is at 3. So just remember, we take this low and all of these liquidity low, this liquidity pool, and I see a bullish fair value gap here, and it looks like we already delivered 10 points before retracing to it. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so that's invalid. Let's see. We swept this high again. We made a new high. Let's see a bearish fair value gap. I see a bearish one here. I'll take that. Here is the short. Let's see a retracement. We got the retracement. And we get the TP. Let's go. All right, so 242. So be careful, guys. We are approaching our cutoff time here. So we get the sweep of these lows. They're not important. I want this sweep if I'm going higher. And just remember, guys, these are not significant. Like if this is on a 1 minute or 5 minutes, this is not significant low. This would be a significant low if it's on the 5 minutes chart or the 15 minutes chart. And remember, you're picking a like long wicks as highs or lows, because this is on the 30 seconds. You got to remember that. So this is not really significant on the big time frame, but it is on the small time frame. So I don't see any sweep. Okay, it's 255. All right, we don't sweep this high. We swept a lot of highs on here, but this is an important high that need to be swept before going lower. And here is 3 p.m. So that's going to be our cutoff time. Let's see how many wins and how many losses we got. So we got 1, 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins, 6 wins, 7 wins, 8 wins. So we got 8 wins for that day, and we got 1, 2, and 3 losses. So okay, so that's not bad stats. 8 wins, 3 losses. You captured 50 points on a Monday with no news. What's that day? On the 6th. So Monday with no news, guys. On the 6th, on Monday with no news, you captured 50 points just because you're micro scalping and taking 10 points here and there. That adds up and give you 50 points on a no news, no red folder days. And it's 73% win rates. So if you're trying every setups with 2 minis, with 2 NASDAQ minis, this is for NASDAQ. So for 2 NASDAQ minis, because I'm doing the NASDAQ, for 2 NASDAQ minis, you're risking $400 per trade idea. And if you win $400, of course, because it's 1-to-1. And for winning 8 winning trades and losing 3, you're captured 50 points in total, and making you a total of $2,000 for that day. So as you can see, guys, this is a profitable mechanical strategy. I did not ask you for a bias. I did not ask you for a drawn liquidity or anything like that. It's simply a sweep of a low. So this can be discretionary a little bit, just of picking the highs and lows, but with time, if you back test it, if you go and back test it yourself, testing it on the live market on a no news day, because no news days, typically ICT traders, they don't really like to trade no news days. So if you're one of them, just go ahead and back test this strategy if you like it, and you'll see the results your own eyes, because anyways on that day you won't be trading or anything. So why not trying to test a new strategy for these days that you're not trading? Maybe by learning a new strategy for choppy days, it will improve and it will maximize your max profits for the overall week, and it might be a good thing for you. So I just wanted to go ahead and share this with you guys. Maybe it will be helpful for some of you guys. It definitely is for me, because a lot of times if you're waiting for ICT strategies going on the higher time frame and then going on the lower time frame and waiting for your setup, and after all of this you're getting stopped out, your psychology is getting affected really hard. So with days with like no news days, you can pretty easily scalp and take profits here and there every trades or every time it appears. I think that might be an improvement for your overall performance for the year, the month, or the week. So that is all for this video, guys. If you like the video, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to support me. And if you have any question, let me know down in the comments below. And if you back tested that this strategy for a day or two, please share your results down in the comments below so other people can use these comments as reference and guides. So that is all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.